Hi everyone, a warm welcome. Myself Bittu with the Academy of Science and Technology. This video is regarding application of residues to evaluate real integrals. The residue theorem provides a simple and elegant method for evaluating many important definite integrals of real variables. This shows an advantage of complex analysis over real analysis. In our syllabus, we have to evaluate two types of real integrals by residue theorem. First type is evaluation of integral 0 to 2 pi f of sin theta cos theta d theta. Here f is a function of sin theta and cos theta. Type 2 is evaluation of integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx. In this video, I am going to illustrate how to evaluate type 1 integrals, that is evaluation of integral 0 to 2 pi f of sin theta cos theta d theta by residue theorem. Our first type of real integrals is integral 0 to 2 pi f of sin theta cos theta d theta. See here the integral is from 0 to 2 pi and it is a function of sin theta cos theta. See, these types of real integrals can be reduced to complex integral by the substitution z equal to e raised to I theta. Here theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. See, by this substitution, you can make these types of integrals to complex integral. See, for that you have to replace d theta, sin theta, cos theta, etc. Here z is e raised to I theta. So dz is I e raised to I theta d theta. So d theta is dz by I e raised to I theta. See, by this substitution, we can convert this integral in the form integral over c f z dz. This is our contour integral. So, we have to convert this integral in this form by this substitution. So, we have to change the variable theta in terms of z. So, you have to replace all theta in terms of z. Here d theta is dz by I e raised to I theta. We have to replace d theta completely in terms of z. So it is dz by I. What is e raised to I theta? E raised to I theta is z. So d theta is dz by iz. Similarly, cos theta. Next we have to replace cos theta in terms of z and sin theta in terms of z. We know cos x is, what is cos x in terms of exponential function? It is e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix by 2. Sin x is e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix by 2i. Here cos theta is e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta by 2. We have to express completely in terms of z. E raised to I theta, it is z. Plus it is 1 by e raised to I theta. So 1 by e raised to I theta is z by 2. Now cos theta is completely changed in terms of z. Similarly, sin theta is e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta by 2i. E raised to I theta it is z minus it is 1 by e raised to I theta. I think e raised to I theta is z by 2i. Now, by these substitutions, we can see all integrals of the form integral 0 to 2 pi f sin theta cos theta d theta will be integral f of z dz. All these functions will reduce to a function of z. As theta varies from 0 to 2 pi, z moves along the unit circle. Suppose C be the unit circle. So here z equal to e raised to I theta and theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. That means z varies or moves along the unit circle C. So this integral becomes integral over C f z dz. Now by residue theorem, you can easily answer integral over C f z dz. See, by residue theorem, its answer is 2 pi I into sum of residues of the singularities of f within C. Here in this type of questions, everywhere C is our unit circle. Next we evaluate this integral by residue theorem. The our integral is integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by 2 plus cos theta. So in all these types of integrals, our substitution is z equal to e raised to I theta, where theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. See, in this question, we have to replace d theta and cos theta. So you find what is d theta. For that, you take differential on both sides. I e raised to I theta d theta. So d theta is dz by I e raised to I theta. That is dz by I z. Next, we have to replace cos theta in terms of z. Cos theta is e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta by 2. That is z plus 1 by z by 2. This part is common for any question. If in the question there is sin theta, you have to express sin theta in terms of z. Then next you put all these in the given question. Here integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by 2 plus cos theta becomes integral over c dz by iz whole divided by 2 plus cos theta is z plus 1 by z by 2. C is mod z equal to 1. Next you have to simplify the integrand. Here you can see the fractions number 1, 2, 3, here 4. You can make in your own way. I made the simplifications from the lowest denominator. So from the lowest denominator you take LCM. Next you take LCM in the lowest denominator and continue. This is my way. You do it in your own way. Anyway, we will get the function f z. It is unique. Integral over c dz by iz plus, here I take 2 LCM, that is 4 plus z plus 1 by z. 2 is the LCM and it goes to the numerator. Next, I should take z LCM, that is integral over c 2 dz by iz by 4z plus z square plus 1 by z. That is integral over c 2z dz by iz. This z goes to the numerator, z square plus 4z plus 1. And this z will cancel with this z. See, 2 by I is a constant, so you take it outside. Integral over c dz by z square plus 4z plus 1. It is in the form 2 by I integral over c f z dz. Where f z is, what is f z? F z is this function. See now, this integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by 2 plus cos theta reduced to 2 by I integral over c f z dz. You can make here all the simplifications in your own way. Finally, we will get f z as 1 by z square plus 4z plus 1. I am comfortable while taking the lowest denominator LCM, then next lowest denominator LCM, that's all. See here, we noticed this integral is same as 2 by I integral over c f z dz. Here f z is, what is f z? F z is 1 by z square plus 4z plus 1. Here f z is z square plus 4z plus 1. See, the given question now reduces to this integral. So for getting the answer of the given question, you have to evaluate integral over c f z dz by residue theorem. By residue theorem, its answer is integral over c f z dz is 2 pi I into sum of residues of f within c. So we have to find the singularities of f. Singularities of f are given by z square plus 4z plus 1 equal to 0. So z equal to minus 3 plus or minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. That is minus 4 plus or minus root 12. That is 2 root 3 by 2. That is minus 2. 2 will cancel from each term. Minus 2 plus or minus root 3. Here our singularities are minus 2 plus root 3. Minus 2 plus root 3 and minus 2 minus root 3. These are the two singularities. You check which one is inside of C and which one is outside of C. Clearly, this is inside of C. It is minus 2 plus root 3. It is inside and it will be outside. So, this is the inside singularity. So, by residue theorem, 2 pi I into R1. Since only one singularity within C, so there is only one residue. And we can give the answer as 2 pi I into R1. This is equation number 2. Next you find R1 and substitute in equation number 2. Then you will get integral over C f is the dz. You put that value in equation number 1. Then you will get the answer of the given question. So next we have to find R1. R1 equal to, see here, see in these two singularities, always those singularities which has opposite signs, minus plus. Minus plus will be inside, minus minus will be outside, and plus plus will be outside. You just keep in your mind. Here, R1. See, again for the smooth simplification of R1, you take alpha equal to minus 2 plus root 3 and beta equal to minus 2 minus root 3. See, I mentioned this idea in residue integration part 5. R1 is limit. See here, alpha is inside of C and which is a simple pole. So residue is limit is set to alpha. Z minus alpha into Fz. Next you have to give factorization of Fz. Factorization of Fz is 1 by Z minus alpha into Z minus beta. See, its solutions are alpha and beta. So corresponding factorization is Z minus alpha into Z minus beta. If there is a constant here, let it be k, then you have to write here as k into Z minus alpha into Z minus beta. Here the constant is 1. So simply give Z minus alpha into Z minus beta. You can see this is Z minus alpha will cancel each other. And you put Z equal to alpha. Then you can see the limit is 1 by alpha minus beta. What is alpha minus beta? Alpha, while taking alpha minus beta, this will cancel and this will add up. So 2 root 3. 1 by 2 root 3. See, this is R1. You put in equation number 2. So integral over C, f is the dz is 2 pi I 1 by 2 root 3. So I pi by root 3. You put in equation number 1. Integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by 2 plus cos theta equal to 2 by I into I pi by root 3. So 2 pi by root 3. The answer of the given integral is 2 pi by root 3. Next consider the integral. Integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by 13 plus 5 sin theta. This is a previous university question and our first question was a repeated university question. See here you write the common part. From the common part you can see d theta is dz by iz and sin theta is z minus 1 by z by 2i. You have to write the common part here. If you have any doubt, you refer the first question. See, by these substitutions, you can see given integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by 13 plus 5 sin theta becomes integral d theta is dz by iz whole divided by 13 plus 5 into z minus 1 by z by 2pi. Next you make the simplification in the integrand in your own way. See, I am taking this 2i LCM first. That is 26i plus 5 into z minus 1 by z. The 2i will goes to the numerator. I cancel with this i. It is integral over c 2 dz by z by 26i plus 5 into z minus 1 by z. Next I take LCM, this is z. So it is integral over c 2 dz by z by 26 zi plus 5 z square minus 1 whole divided by z. This z will cancel with this z. And you can see it is integral over c 2 dz by 26 zi plus 5 z square minus 5. To take the constant outside, so 2 into integral over c dz by, see it's a second degree expression in z, so you write first is z square term, next write the coefficient of z, which is 26i, next write the constant term, which is in the form 2 into integral over c, this is fz dz. So the given integral now reduced to this form. Given integral or the given question is now reduced to 2 into integral over c fz dz. That is 2 into integral over c fz dz. Here fz is, what is fz? We replace this by fz. So fz is 1 by 5z square plus 26iz minus 5. Next we have to evaluate this integral by residue theorem. Before applying residue theorem, we have to find the singularities of f which lies within C. Our C is unit circle. So the singularities of fz are given by 5z square plus 26iz minus 5 equal to 0. You find the singularities. You can see it is a second degree equation. So its solutions are minus b plus or minus root b square. B is 26i. B square minus 4ac. 4ac will be 4 into 5 into minus 5. It is 100 by 2a, that is 10. That is minus 26i plus or minus root minus 26 the whole square plus 100 by 10. It is minus 26i plus or minus I into 24 by 10. So it is minus 2i by 10, it is minus 15i by 10. That is minus I by 5 and minus 5i. See, these are the singularities of f. Next you have to check which one is inside of C. See, its modulus is, you put here our circle is mod z equal to 1, modulus of minus I by 5, it is 1 by 5, which is less than 1, so it is inside. Minus, you consider z as minus 5, you can see its modulus is 5 and which is greater than 1, so it will be outside. So by residue theorem, integral over c fz dz is 2 pi I into, since there is only one singularity within C, so only R1, that is equation number 2. Next we have to find R1. R1 is a residue of f at the inside singularity. For the convenience of the further calculations, let it be alpha and beta. Suppose alpha is minus I by 5 and beta is minus 5i. Alpha is inside and beta is outside. Here we have to find the residue at the alpha. So it is limit z tends to alpha. Z minus alpha into fz. That is limit z tends to alpha. Z minus alpha into factorization of fz. So Here, alpha and beta are the solutions. So, factorization is 1 by z minus alpha into z minus beta. Here, the coefficient of z square is 5. So, you have to put a 5 here. You should be very careful here because most of the students make a mistake here. They will not write this 5. That's not correct. Next, you can see there is a cancellation. And you put z equal to alpha. You can see this 1 by 5 into alpha minus beta. That is 1 by 5 into, what is alpha minus beta? Alpha minus beta is minus I by 5 plus 5i. You take 5 LCM, 25i minus, that is 24i by 5. So it is 24i by 5. 5 will cancel. You can see the residue is 1 by 24i. Residue is 1 by 24i. You put in equation number 2. The integral of CF is dz is 2 pi I into 1 by 24i. I will cancel and it is 5 by 12. You put this integral of CF is dz in equation number 1. Then you can see the given integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by 13 plus 5 sin theta is 2 into pi by 12. That is pi by 6. See, this is the required value of the